Did anybody order a pizza?
Back to the cheesesteaks. We are now joined by Karina Jett in his place, wedged in between Dan Shack and Phil Hellmuth.
You had what did you have? You had 8 high, right, Shaun? Some horrible hand like 8 high, right?
I had an 8 in my hand. The other card was much better than the dog you guys called me with.
I almost raised. I felt like you had nothing. I almost raised.
I'm actually liking Philadelphia
You
a
gotta
lot.
play
It's my
poker
first
now.
time here.
It's an awesome set.
Yeah.
Like, I knew when I came here, I was like there's so many cool. Each little suburb is so different.
I was
I
a
have to
history
play
major in
poker.
college, so just to be down
Yeah,
by all
yeah,
that stuff was awesome.
Torelli raises with 9s. Holloway calls, and then Deeb takes it higher to 600. Back to Karina Jett in the big blind with 8s. She's going to sit this one out.
It's time to play some poker, boys.
And
Roughly, how much you playing now?
and
He doesn't recognize
Phil, and you're missing the second part of that sentence.
it.
Like 20K?
Okay. Jeez. Do you see what you're missing in that sentence?
Yes.
So be a gentleman and finish it.
And ladies.
Thank you.
Like a little kid that got in trouble.
That's so hard.
Wow.
You see that? Like,
I felt like a little kid that got in trouble. Yes, Dad.
No, it's a.
Next time I'll just punch you under the table.
You know what, Phil? I'm going to give you that $150 back for the last hour. That's fine. You can have it. That's well worth it. All right, so back to the poker. Torelli flops a set of 9s, but Holloway flops the straight. 1,100 is the bet from Torelli. I wonder if Holloway is going to raise here. He doesn't want to get rid of Torelli quite yet. He does raise to 3,500.
Fold.
Wow.
Wow, what a laydown from Torelli.
Now you're playing the game. You don't show that because not even the players at this table understand what you
I
just
don't
did.
understand what just happened.
There's only 5 or 6 people on the planet that understand how good your play was right there. Half the players at this table think you made a bad play.
I might
So
have.
don't show that to me, please.
Including Chad. Including Chad.
They have no idea.
You heard him. Only 6 people in the world know how good a play Alec Torelli made there. I'm a little confused already on the ante from the big blind and the Deuce-7.
So it's no limit Texas hold me. Blinds 25 and 50 with a $200 ante paid on the big blind. And the Deuce-to-7 rule is in play. Win a hand with 7-2. Everyone at the table's got to pay $200.
Starts with antes.
That's great.
25, 75, 150.
I love it.
The best.
EPTs high rollers start with NT.
What does?
The high rollers in EPTs start
Yeah.
with NT.
Yeah.
That's really good. So much better.
So much better.
And for this Deuce-7 game we were playing, you have to scoop it, not chop, not like run it twice and win and
200,
lose one. You have
200
to
bonus.
scoop the whole
Well,
pot.
are we on for 7 deuce?
Yeah,
Because we had
we are.
sure.
We're
on.
For
How
sure.
much is it if
200.
200.
You'd be surprised how often the 7-deuce rule comes into play. It's always aces or 7-deuce.
Sorry, let me turn that off.
Put your cards side by side over here, over the spot.
Oh, this sure Randy's going to put in another raise here.
Are these already?
Yeah. RFID.
And Lou makes it 800.
And Randy's got a pretty tight image, so this should get him some respect, except that Antonio has respect for no one.
Yeah, lovely morning.
Trim down to 2 players, so Lou and Esfandiari will see the flop together.
Antonio does have a pretty good hand for cracking queens.
Is that qualify for cracking queens or not?
Absolutely. Randy,
I gotta give that
what a bad spot for him. Top set, and it's no good.
You start with 5, right?
900 from Lou and a call from Esfandiari.
Antonio could have raised there. It was a draw-heavy board.
Both players right now are in love with their hands, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. And Randy's almost always betting again. He's just never beat here, except for now. Like never, but now.
$1,700 the bet from Randy Lou.
And I'm pretty sure we see a raise from Antonio now.
Antonio, how much is the Antonio start with? 15. Oh.
Lou's repping a pretty strong hand when he bets twice. Randy, it's the first hand.
Board's got a pair on the river, otherwise the entire stack is going to Esfandiari.
First hand,
That was the first hand every time all
set.
in.
What do you call it? Flush.
And Randy Lou finds a cooler on her very first hand here on Poker Night in America.
Always first hand, all in. First hand, always all in.
Flops a straight, river's a flush.
Wow. Mr.
I've
Esfandiari.
never flopped like that in my life.
Flopped the joint with back doors.
Ever.
He flops top set.
How are we tipping later?
Well, there's a reason why Antonio is the winningest player of all time, and that reason is because he won $18 million in one tournament. But he's also pretty good.
That will bump
When did that start?
I don't know. I've only played for a few
very,
years.
very smart thing to do.
People get crushed.
That being said, it didn't help me.
Really?
I was beating out a ground ball to second base. I actually did beat it out. The first baseman went for it and then doubled back to cover.
Yeah.
And he just had no business being out there to begin with. He lost his feet and just as soon as my foot contacted the outside bag, he came barreling through me. There was probably a split second where I could have lowered my shoulder and just trucked him instead of trying to get out of the way, which I probably would have saved my knee.
So brutal, man. So many people get hurt. And, intramural.
Honestly, it didn't even really hurt. I knew I probably tore something just because it's the knee. Yeah, it's just the knee, and what else can you really do? And I was so livid. I was just irate when I got up. I just wanted to, I wanted to tackle the guy because it's you have 6 feet to work with, where you don't have to get all tangled up.
Freaking slow pitch softball.
I didn't play it for so long because I didn't think it would be competitive enough for me to enjoy, and also I didn't want to run the risk of getting hurt. I see you have to be insane to pitch in a slow pitch league.
Oh, because it comes right back
Yeah,
at
it's
you.
you're automatically out if the hitter hits it back at the guy.
Yeah, but you
who
also
cares? You can kill. I mean, these are
hit
grown
you right
men.
in the temple or whatever.
Yeah, these are grown men swinging a 22-ounce bat. Yep. It's insane to me. It was shockingly a ton of fun though. You get to play outfield. It's a lot like playing senior league and junior varsity type.
Not so competitive.
Yeah, I mean you just get up there and try to smash the ball and then run around in the outfield.
Yep.
I went so long without hitting too. It was nice to actually get back to it.
Yeah.
And the river is a 10. Wow, what a turn of events. Now it's Tom Schneider with the bigger full house. He checks. There's no way that Adler puts him on 9-10. I think he's definitely got him on a 9, but not 9-10 probably.
2,000?
2,000 is the bet.
$52.
Wow.
I wonder if Adler's thinking about re-raising and just going all in. Is he thinking, how do I fold the full house here? Does he have 9-7? Does he have 9-10? But a call is what it will be from Adler.
Yeah, I mean, how I don't go broke there, Tom, I figured that's the only hand you had. What a cooler. Nice hand.
I was searching around for a different poker app to play. I stumbled across Poker Night in America. Played it a bunch of times. Every time I go on, there's a different contest to enter. Answered the phone. He told me he won a contest to play on a poker game. I think I hung up on him the first time he called me. Called me back, said, no, you seriously won. One click and you're good to go.
Getting
What was it? It was 200 to win 1,200, and I got to play a pot with 3 ladies. I was definitely going to be in there with my 3s and 4s.
What does that mean with 3 ladies?
All right, well, don't get offended there, Nurse Jackie.
Is that the wrong word? Hot chicks? Is that better? Is that improved?
Chicks.
Human beings, Ryan. We're all human beings. Speaking of ladies.
God, they're so hard to win with. You just can't win no matter what you say. You guys are awesome. Oh, again with this one.
No, you go 3 ladies, and Cindy gets all like, 3 ladies. And then you go,
It's just so hard to win.
hot chicks.
I just surrender. I'm just sorry, and just please forgive me. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like they're like saying, like there's some actresses, they don't want to be called actresses, because they say, well, you wouldn't say a lawyeress or a doctoress.
Wow, this
I
flop
guess
is
you don't
huge.
say poker playeress.
This is a bigger flop than Jen's last 4 movies that she turned down.
I just thought you were.
That's right, I went high. You were expecting low.
Nice job.
Because they're women.
It's good to see you turn over that new leaf.
Not throwing any
girls
bones.
are sensitive.
Trying to make some friends. Real hard to do that.
Bryn Kenny flops the nuts. Jen Tilly also flops a gigantic hand. We're left with these 2 to the turn. Bryn's hand gets a little less valuable on the turn.
We could have had a lot more fun if it was, say, like a 6. 1900, the bet from Kenny.
I mean, Jen certainly can't fold. Bryn knows at worst he's chopping. And that remains the case on the river. And this is a nice attempt at a blocker bet from Jen. She's doing this in hopes of not facing a massive, confusing bet from Bryn here on the river. But remember, Bryn's kind of like the best of all time. Also, he's got the nuts, so seems fairly obvious what's gonna happen here.
I hated that ace, because I figured you had an open-ended straight draw.
I'd like to say Jen gets away from this, but I've seen her call on this show oh so many times. I've seen her call more often than a jealous boyfriend.
Well, if I bet the river and you don't have the winning hand, then the only way you're gonna win is to raise.
Ask him if he has a jack.
Do you have a jack?
If I have a jack, it's either ace-jack or not.
Well, not really. It could
I'm
be
telling
jack
you.
king.
I'm telling you, the only jack I have here is either ace-jack or not.
Oh, Bryn is the GOAT. He's so good.
Ask if he has an ace.
Tell him to show the ace. I'm gonna show my hand, and then I will see if you gulp, okay?
Well, you have a set, I'm sure.
Oh, I do have a set.
Yeah, you flopped the set.
How do you know? Because I'm not folding.
He's very slippery.
If you bluffed me, you bluffed me.
Good fold, Jen.
You had an ace, ace king.
Show it.
Show it.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. Oh my God! You lost the
Got
minimum.
lucky on the turn.
You lost the minimum.
Nice
Now
hand.
pipe down because there's an absolutely riveting story happening right now about hair color.
My father, who I got the premature gray from, like, you know, genetically, doesn't have gray hair because he colors it. So I'm around with my dad, who doesn't have gray hair, and I do. It's kind of unnatural, right?
I'm sure your phone is ringing off the hook. Better answer it. Hey, it's Hollywood on the line. They want to turn your hair color story
He's
into a
gonna be mad.
movie. 50 Shades of Premature Gray.
Now it's like the first time I saw it at all was like, wait.
I love Laak's goggles in the Avatar. You know, he's actually only wearing those because he refuses to miss new episodes of the Vanderpump Rules. Is it Vanderpump Rules or the Vanderpump Rules? I don't know. Spoilers.
He's going glass. Goggles, I gotta go glasses.
Aces for David Silverman.
Goggles versus
They even
glasses,
have
Phil.
Bluetooth in them. I mean, that's a cool thing about
Please don't touch the goggles.
Polyurethane.
No, they really are state of the art.
Type 0.7.
And look at that. Phil
Hi-ya.
Laak flops a set of 7s, but Silverman's got the flush option.
Coming in a second, Schwartzy.
275 from Laak.
Take a back seat sometimes. We gotta hear the premature grace.
I actually don't hate this race.
You put on your shades right at the beginning of this hand, too. And you made some comment, and I remember thinking at the time, I wish I'd heard what he said.
I'm with you, buddy.
I put my glasses and said, oh, shades versus goggles.
Shades versus goggles.
Hilarious.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Shades versus goggles. That feels like it's the key to the end of the hand, you know?
Where is he from, dude? Like XR826.
All right, Bagel. I called you, Bagel.
Is it? Yeah, bro.
Laak calls the raise.
I know.
Phil is like.
Oh, no.
So Silverman gets there with the nut flush. Man, this will be hilarious if they put the straight flush out there.
9 1/4.
Phil's still betting. I guess he must expect he's getting raised on the flop by a lot of non-club overpairs.
Shades called.
And here comes the river.
Shades, what do you want for that last card to come out?
6 of clubs.
Of course, right?
No, come on.
Wow.
Stop.
What a bunch of horse nonsense. So if
I'm all in.
Oh, can he actually bluff Phil off a chop? I love it. Shades versus goggles rules.
Wow, you dirty dog. That's what I wanted to do. If he checked, I would do that. So if I was sitting there and I had the 10 of clubs, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to check, hoping that my opponent hangs himself, because he can't call an all-in, because I would have the blocker to the 10 of clubs.
Just for clarification, they both have a straight flush.
Wow, that's a strong argument to calling to chop, but that's pretty gross.
Silverman's put him in a worse spot than when your girl asks to look something up on your phone.
Buster Douglas, I think it was a 40.
Sure, go ahead. Just be quick about it. Just gonna watch what you do, make sure you don't have any typos.
Okay, what I'm about to do, I don't advise this at home. There's a theory in gambling called score sheet decision making. Right now I'm up around 3K, up stuck 7, because I was up 10 at one point. If I play this and I get it wrong, I now become legitimately stuck.
I like to call this, by the way, Phil Lockjick. It's logic, but Phil Lock style.
I'd be stuck 21K, and I'd be very embarrassed. The embarrassment when he doesn't have the 10 of clubs and it was a chop is not that bad. I lose 2,500. I'm very happy for the man. I'll get him later maybe, but it would hurt so bad if I was wrong. That pain, that's why he can do this play. This is genius, but I'm in such pain. This hurts so much, but I'm just gonna do the painful move.
Makes perfect sense to me. Solid Lockjick.
If you show the bluff, it's just.
Can you show it?
I can maybe show one. I'm not sure.
Show him the red one. Show him the red one, Vinny. Come on.
I made a score sheet decision. In a theoretical world, I put it in.
Wow.
Nah, I would have showed the ace of clubs. Ace 10 of clubs, way more likely a hand he could have there.
That's on me? Oh, boy.
It's always on you, Dan.
Yeah.
You just buy me a drink. We'll let it slide that time.
A raise with the suited ace from Dan Shack.
Jamie, we're all going to buy you a drink because we hear you do shots.
I did one shot, and I think
now
I did
you're
like
lush.
half a shot.
A call
Now
from
you're
James
lush.
Woods with 9s. Poker Night in America regular Jessica Dolly will call from the button.
Even Florida got pretty active when they brought the fireball shots out.
Just happy that I had one person with me that wasn't drinking.
And becoming a Poker Night regular is Richard Roper. He also calls.
Usually it's just me. I'm like, no, really, I'm good, please.
I was willing to do one
Stop
drink,
the
but I was
pressure.
like, playing
No.
25-50. I don't want to
I
be
know,
like wasted.
Get hammered.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I had a set.
Yeah, the whole board looked blurry. I just called.
When in doubt, just call.
How much is that?
475.
I'm all in.
Raise and all in.
Good luck.
Really? King 10?
It's the critic versus the actor tonight on Poker Night in America.
Am I good enough to lay down bottom set, Richard? How much is this?
1500.
15 even?
15 even.
Yuck.
You're going once
Set
or
of queens?
twice.
Set of
But he
queens?
has to make the call.
8-10, nice hand. Better pair the board for me.
If it makes you feel any better,
I'd like to
never
run it
fold
twice.
in
Do we run it
bottom.
twice?
You got it. Lucky
Thank
for
you.
him, he still has some options. Woods needs the board to pair or a 10 for a chop here on the
10
first
on the
run. He gets neither and
That's
will
the
like
first
it.
one.
That's the first one. You win.
First one. And burn.
I never win races. You win.
There you go.
Yeah, nice hand. Very
And
nice.
Richard Roper's flop straight will pay him off.
Well, not good enough to lay down bottom set.
None of us
never be folding
are.
bottom
We
set
just
there.
all said
Should never
that
be folding
no one is folding bottoms on that
No,
kind of board.
Of course not. I just decided to add a little entertainment before I took it up the air.
And to amorphisize inanimate objects is fine too, because it expresses who we are as humans. You know?
Man, I cannot wait till Phil Laak gets his own TED Talk.
We're intuitive, empathic beings.
I don't think he has stopped talking at the table. He might actually be giving one right now.
Phil is so bright, I can't even
We're pack
understand.
animals. All of our brain neurons, the 8 billion, whatever you have firing, we're all firing against each other, changing, learning, morphing, as we're all a big collective, you know.
Wow, that's an action flop. Set for Schanbacher, top pair, and the nut flush draw for Laak.
Raise makes it 19.
I foresee more chips going in the middle. And I don't have a connection to the mothership through the goggles, but I'm guessing there's more money that's going to go in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think you need it for this one.
You're in there, huh? Dude, can you do me a favor? Don't just plush that flat. If that's the word, plushing. Yeah, thanks. Can you just leave it like that? I just want to sort of
It's
measure it
easier
up.
for the neurons to fire into a pleshed pot. More surface area for the free radicals to get pleshed.
There's like 4,600 out there, so I have to bet 4,150, which is kind of like a plushing bet.
Actually, there was 4,800, but, you know, I'm not going to question a part alien.
It's way more likely we got it wrong than him.
It's times like this that sometimes my opponents wonder if the mothership is within the reception cycle or an elliptical part where it's sort of out of reception.
Could be out in the middle of the Atlantic.
Don't be ridiculous, the Atlantic.
Are you the one commanding that ship, or do they?
Oh, no.
You're not commanding it? They don't listen to you at all? Are you like one of the dumbest people on the ship, or are you the...
I'm just tuned into what's going on the ship. They talk about poker.
They do?
Oh, they're watching it. They're
Oh.
piped in. What do you think these cameras and wires that go into that area and then they do the satellite hop with the Wi-Fi enable, whatever?
The hop and the enable.
7,750.
I like the raise. Phil's got something probably, and you want to make him pay.
Do you want me to put it in? Ah, what if you have a set of aces?
Well, we've already got our biggest pot of the night, and we haven't even gotten to the river yet.
By the way, Phil has outs to the nuts and a hand that could very well be the best hand.
brewing. There are a lot of chips in the middle as it's ballooning now to 28,000.
9 of spades on the river. Mothership. Doesn't need to tell me that.
That is gross for kings, but I think I can hear them cheering in the mothership from here.
It's like a dull whistle.
I think we all hear it differently, maybe.
I'm all in.
How much is it?
This is the wall of chips, young man. You'll meet the wall from time to time.
Hello, Walls.
Well, Jack Schanbacher, what's it going to be?
Think about the baby.
I fold. You win.
Oh, that has to hurt.
Good fold, Dad.
Fold, everybody folds again. It's a bad game.
What's that?
Everybody folds. Maybe
Oh,
like
yeah,
three
yeah,
hands in a
yeah,
row
you're
or
right.
something.
You're right, that's good. I agree.
Just gotta get it over with.
Yeah, I agree. All right, first hand, actually. That's good. I like
it's
it.
still like, you know,
I like it.
get up to like sometimes like free like 36, 35 in the day.
Tom Schneider makes it 125 with deuces.
You know, it's not usually too bad. At nighttime, it gets pretty cold. But it's like it's really bright sunlight until like 8 o'clock at night already.
Raise.
It's more and more.
And Danielle Anderson is going to raise it to 500.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you've been driving on your bike at all.
I'm gonna take it up in after the World Series. I got a guy who wants to buy a trailer down, and he's gonna buy a truck, and I'm gonna drive all my stuff up. So
Tom calls and Merson folds.
how does a guy ever get a grand
by me this hand.
And here is the flop. It's 5 queen deuce, a huge action-producing
Hey
flop.
Todd, how does a guy ever get a greyhound around here?
Danielle bets 625. She flopped a set of queens versus Tom Schneider, who flopped a set of deuces.
fucking toms and
These
first
5Ks are going to go in real fast. In general.
So, will you be at the series?
The turn is another queen. Danielle with quad queens.
Depends on how healthy my game is. If my game's healthy enough to go on its own, then I'll go for the whole thing. Otherwise, I'll come later.
I can't go for the whole time either. Humpy's getting married a week after it starts, so I got to go to his wedding first.
Opie, you said?
Humpy.
Humpy fly.
Oh, yeah.
Brian.
Big guy?
Yeah. 1,200.
He's getting married in Lake Tahoe, so I'm just going to wait till that starts and go fly out there first.
Tahoe's awesome in July and June anyways.
Should be nice.
Just about you don't golf. Got some great golf courses in Tahoe. Down Truckee.
I've never been there.
You golf now? Yeah.
I retired from golf when I picked up poker.
So you're one of those guys that says gal, too.
Golf?
Yeah.
Philly accent.
Are you upset that Michael Vick's a Jet now?
Almost $5,000 in cash in this pot. Here's the river. It's a 9 of spades. Important because that now puts 3 spades out on the board. Tom Schneider with that queen on the turn made a full house. Danielle checks. And if Tom puts her on a big flush, he right now thinks he's going to get paid with his full house.
1,900.
I meant to bet 24.
I think he would have done there in one case.
I was thinking that too. I think 34.
Come on. Raise, all in.
I call.
Call.
Ooh. Wow. Good fold by me. At ace-9 with ace.
Easy game. Just quads.
Just makes quads over set.
Why did you slow roll? You said you were going
I'm
to.
sorry.
You're such a bull.
Well, he called me. I had to show.
Just to check the river too.
I think.
I was searching around for a different poker app to play. I stumbled across Poker Night in America. Played it a bunch of times. Every time I go on, there's a different contest to enter. Answered the phone. He told me he won a contest to play on a poker game. I think I hung up on him the first time he called me. Called me back, said, no, you seriously won. One click and you're good to go.
Hardcore, but it's easy to warm up to, you know?
Well,
You know what? I'm going to try to make it with Jim Carroll now.
no, I'm not a
Okay, say your
good
apologies.
player like y'all,
I'm
but I do enjoy the game.
going to try harder with you.
You're very advanced in the
You
dark.
called
game.
him
It's not a,
cauliflower top.
just
You
not
called
something
him
amateurs do.
Carroll top.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
I mean, those could be compliments, really.
Damn, you haven't played a hand so long, I didn't even know you were here. How much is that? 800.
825.
Okay. Ah.
Okay, I won't needle you anymore, Todd.
Okay. Now, if I suck
got
out
there?
on you, don't tilt
4,000?
on me, okay? Phil's been nice. He hadn't tilted.
I've tilted
He tilted on his 4 for a little while.
at the way I played the 6-4 diamonds.
So heads up with Todd Brunson and Jim Carroll. Carroll flops a set of 10s.
And I do not think Todd's one who's going to give this up too easily. We already see him firing out.
1, 2, 3,000 left, huh?
That's it.
2,000.
I like a raise here. I think this is going to hit a large part of Todd's range.
I'm gonna raise it 1,200.
Looks like Jim agrees with me.
Give you a little bit of dignity. You can fold. Still feel good.
Appreciate that.
Whatever that golf cart you had on Facebook, I like that.
I got it in my garage. You like that? Is it
I
done?
want the kids
That's a
rolling
beautiful
that thing.
golf cart. I love that.
I'll take this one. You take the next 5.
Yeah. So it's broke down now?
We have 5 acres, so like
Todd's
you just
getting a
roll it
pretty
around
good
the
price on a call.
Is it broke down or it still works?
Assuming that his overs and gut shot are both live, we know the overs are no good.
That are like the fastest things I've ever like ridden in. So I've kind of, yeah.
Wow, Brunson's just
Very happy.
shipping it all in.
Decides he wants to see a turn and river.
What about you?
I picked my spots well.
He's drawn pretty thin.
Very thin now.
Oh, my.
You suck out, donkey. God, there's no way you can beat me with skill, so you have to suck out like a donkey.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there's no way Todd Brunson could beat you with skill.
I think that was a wonderful play, Mr. Brunson.
Thanks, Kevin.
I'd also like to welcome the new masseuse, Malibu Stacy, to the table. Zhang,
That's a king of spades.
2 deuces, raises to 300.
1100.
Duffy, getting cutesy now. 5-3 of spades, 3-betting, possibly the most dangerous player at the table. $600 is the continuation from John Duffy. Probably trying to chase back some of that 20 grand. You just pumped it across the table. There's the raise. And now Duffy says, I've made a huge mistake, but what am I gonna do?
I need more money. Ace 4.
Oh.
6.
Wow.
Are you running good or what?
How good is that? Ace 4. How many hands can you have? It's crazy. You're so lucky.
This is what we call wine and win. You gotta complain to the dealer,
I know I'm lucky, but
and then they give you a ridiculous run out and you get your money back.
ridiculous.
Duffy lamenting the luck of his opponent to almost win the hand.
Matt, when you got it in, do you think you were getting it in good there?
Yes. I have 20 behind. I got
You got it. You got it.
Oh, look at the baller, Doug Polk. I'm playing with 20 behind, just so everyone knows.
Hey, it's pocket aces for Hacksaw Todd Dugan. I guess the Hacksaw hand would have to be the 2-4. Remember the 2x4? Okay, it's fine.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Good call. Dugan's made it 500. Bartlett's called with 9-8 suited.
Ooh, look how quick you can grab for them chips now.
Yep. Yep.
Doug's out. Now, if Dugan had a looser rep, we probably would have seen a 3-bet somewhere there. But since he's been quiet, everyone's giving him credit for a hand. They're still gonna try to run him down. They don't want to play for it all pre-flop. Oh boy.
4-7 jack with a couple of spades as a flop.
Shaun Deeb. Check. Flops a set of 4s.
It's very rarely easy with aces in a multi-way pot.
Wow. Game got out of the mud.
That's not good.
Can I use my reveal on Doogie's hand right now?
I don't think Deeb ever folds.
Absolutely not.
Sure.
Wow.
Set again?
Shaun, no offense, I like this hand over here.
I don't mind that hand either.
Freddie
I like,
wants a
I
4
like, I like
spades.
this hand.
Or
Freddie?
that'll work. Okay, actually, give him a deuce of diamonds.
That's the straight for Bartlett.
No, the 4 spades is coming for sure.
Nice hand, Freddie. Nice hand, buddy.
Let's go. Good hand, Freddie.
All right, there is justice in the world.
Ace is getting cracked as a justice.
It's gonna take him 4.
Now I can go back into my hole.
350 is the bet.
Lay by your dish.
See?
Dirty dog.
Poker Night in America brought to you by 888 Poker, where the world plays online.
Lane.
You just spent a lot of time
There's
reorganizing.
just like no way you can call me. I'm just gonna hope he doesn't have an ace also. Then it's pretty brutal.
Lane, I gotta play with you, kid. I got big hand.
You just spent all that time reorganizing your chips.
It's true, but I couldn't help myself.
Flops ace, queen, 4, flack with 2 pair, and a set of 4s for Phil.
What?
I'm sorry.
Phil.
Phil, can we show your cards?
So right there in the, to the visual thing as well, you mean?
Just move. Okay, you just got him.
You just thrown him in the mug.
He just got him. Thank you. Lane bet 300.
What, the fake?
I'm allowed, kid, to hold some chips extra in case I might
Can we get a line out here drawn?
I'm allowed to drop the chips. I
And
check.
the turn is another ace. Whoa, what a change of events here. As now Phil Laak is drawing dead going to the river, and the river is a queen.
6 1/4.
625.
You don't know how brutal that card is. It's unbelievable.
Raise, go to 2,000.
It's the most brutal card in the deck.
Lane's saying that basically because he's got trips 2 different ways with aces and queens.
I mean, I just told you what I had. Here you go, hon.
It's funny, I felt like this hand was worthless on the turn.
There you go, hon. You
but I
busted.
thought maybe I'd bluff a little. I don't know. There you go.
I mean, it's
I thought I might be dead on the turn.
like now,
too.
like, you know, he flips over the ace deuce, gets all that pretty money back.
No, I should have given up on the turn. I knew I was beat on the
How
turn.
can you give up on the turn? You fold to all checks?
Pretty much.
Like, I fire out a bet, he snap calls. I check, he's like, I knew I should have mucked it.
It felt like I was beat. I was just goofing around.
That there would be under his mathematical deviation plan.
It was just 4.
Action will be on Long Lee with 10-3.
Yeah, because Bill Klein.
Or like so long to that hand. 8 deuce, another lech. Jennifer Tilly, king deuce, suited. She won a big pot last time with king deuce. Makes it 175. Elezra in with pocket fives.
KP took me to school there.
Kassela
9.
makes it 900 with pocket jacks.
Yeah, everyone else would have slow played you.
Could have got me.
You did have a
it's out.
backdoor straight and flush draw, yeah?
That is true.
Okay, so if I get
Jennifer's
more
in.
danger of losing.
Is Elezra a bank of computers connected to the blockchain? You know, Bitcoin mining? Huh? Is he gonna go mining?
He doesn't have that much behind. I don't think he's getting the implied correct odds, but that's not fun.
Of course not.
Not every time, but
Yeah.
87 conservatively percent of the time I try
Ace
to
high
slow play.
flop. Look at that,
You
set of
guys don't
fives.
seem to care. And you know the odds of slow play.
Kassela continues.
It's a big bet from Kassela.
Yeah, 2,000. Jennifer, good.
There's only
Jennifer, Jennifer fold.
Overplay every hand.
I think this is Kevin's plan. He's going to play 6 hours like a nit. and then he's
Elezra
gonna get
all
these
in.
games, and then you're gonna-
1950.
and then you're gonna
1950.
steal from them because they have the image that you're.
You might be drawing dead.
Super loose and ridiculous. I'm not drawing dead.
Kassela kind of priced himself in there.
Oh my goodness, it's a jack on the turn. And a jack on the river, despite the fact that Ellie had a flush draw. What poker god did you anger?
Sorry,
big
buddy.
mouth. I
mean, I
said you
couldn't
buy the
hold for
joint.
1900.
You made it have
Lots
the
of-
action.
More of Poker Night in America here at Sugar House in Philadelphia.
Straddles on.
Oh, by the way, the number is 6.
Oh, that's so brutal.
6 is the number.
Number of what? What am I missing?
We'll get to it in a minute.
Oh, what they're looking at on TV?
300.
Siegel makes it 300 with King 10.
Well, nobody's paying attention.
Glantz is in with 6s. The number is 6. And Kaufman has King 4 of hearts. The number is 6 is the number of cheesesteaks I've eaten so far this weekend.
All right, well, hold your cheesecakes, Hanson, because this flop is a car crash. Full house for one player, trips for the other two, and now a better full house for Siegel. I haven't seen a car crash like this since Blues Brothers 2000. And I don't even mean the big car crash scene. I mean the entire movie. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. A lot more money is likely to go into this pot.
There comes our first of the big bets. That's Glantz making it 6,500 over to Kaufman with trip kings.
Glantz drawing dead to quads, by the way. Kaufman very likely to get caught up in the middle.
When was the last time we had action in this game? I can't even remember.
Last time we have action, we have $6,500 bet. Right?
Oh, wow.
Are you on drugs or what?
I didn't realize there was a pot going on.
There's some pot going on. Not the easiest fold to make.
That's impressive.
Thank God Jeremy folded.
Not so fast, Matt. Here comes the call from Siegel. And now 14,900 in the pot. The river is a 9.
Come on, let's get it in. All right. Nuts. Good hand.
Oh my God. Mike, Queen Jack of clubs is the nuts. And then 7-8 of clubs is the second nuts. Or some combination of all those cards. My point is, you didn't have the nuts, and it would have been funny if
That's
Matt
what
did.
I'm here for. I'm proud of you. I pay dearly for it. When someone says, let's get it in and puts all of their chips in before you make a decision, it's actually kind of a tell.
There's nothing I can do. I flopped it. I flopped it.
You had pocket sixes? Yeah. Well, you could have folded.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you.
If a club doesn't come on,
We haven't seen that before, so I figured you'd.
I got it. No club.
And so therefore, I deserve a few extra.
I think anytime you have greyhounds, you're not out of your element.
Opportunities.
Gavin.
I deserve a few added benefits that you guys don't get.
You get everything. You don't have to post, but everyone else does.
Right. Well, that's one of the things. I'm not because I'm primarily not a cat.
You don't have to play any hands because you can just win all the runways.
Runways, yeah. I'm primarily not a cash game player though, so that's why I get these added benefits, and I wear a bacon jacket.
Yeah, you didn't even have to be in the tip pot when you weren't even here too. You should pay him $6.
I should, but I'm not going to. 7 would be too much.
$7. No. 8-handed.
Yeah, so that's 56. You only pays 50. Come on.
I'll give you a pass. I got your time this one.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. See, Charter's just got a little bit of a hard on for me right now. He's like a little bit pissy because he wants to be the executive producer, but he can't be.
I mean, I figured executive producer at least get zone 1.
You gotta dress the part.
I know. How do I not get zone 1? That was bullshit. Dave, if I don't get zone 1 in future flights, I'm not coming to this thing.
Did you get paid? All right.
Oh, 300.
That's all right. Who's paying? Should I loser just keep buying all this shit, or maybe one of my winning one of my winning friends?
The show's really taken off.
How many times can I shame him into it?
Syracuse, they fly us in a private jet. Now I get zone 2.
I would buy it, but I gave you all my money.
What's that?
I would have bought, but I gave you all my money.
Well, you want a drink? I'll buy you a drink.
I don't drink.
Oh, then I'll.
I
Water?
drink Coca-Cola.
I'll get you all the water you want, but
I got
don't worry.
Coca-Cola.
Don't worry about water, Joe. I got you.
How long have you not drank
Thank
for?
you, Jeff. Thank you.
Joe, how long have you not drank for?
17 years.
16.
Wow.
16 is the bet.
That's okay, because Gavin kept the vodka companies in business while you quit.
Yeah.
Gavin figured you needed to make it up for Joe.
I've made it up for more than just Joe.
Yeah, you probably.
I've probably
Did you grow up
consumed
in
like 3.5 people's worth.
Yeah.
Baker calls. $5,400 in cash in the pot now.
We got a hand here.
Can we see the river, please?
Oh, wow. David Baker hits his gut shot on the river and casually checks. Ho-hum. Merson trying to figure the exact amount he thinks he can bet to have Baker call.
My dad died, but his name's Steve Harder. He went to Zerona Park High as well. Harder, H-A-R-D-E-R. He went to Zerona Park High as well. He would have graduated around 1970, I guess. But then he had a construction business before he moved to Virginia.
4,800.
Almost a pot-sized bet from Merson. Action back to David Baker, who's now going to put on the same thinking cap of how much money can I get out of Greg Merson with my straight.
Christian, is where you're from close to Laurel?
I mean, that's where Greg's from. It's like 30 minutes away.
That's where Stevie does. That's where Stevie did his. He probably knew your dad then, because he's done tile work for 40 years. His dad's done it for 70 years. His dad retired when he was 88. I'm doing it.
I'm sure one of them did.
I actually, when I was a kid,
Mullen.
first grade, I lived in Eastport.
And a bad spot for Greg Merson. He's only got a couple thousand left. There's $19,000 in this pot. But if he makes the call, all the rest of his chips are going in the middle. That may be one of the most painful things you have to do in poker. You flop top set of aces and you had to fold.
What did he show?
Holy
Did he show the card yet?
He showed a 6 of diamonds.
And Baker's gonna let Merson off the hook and show them that he did indeed make the straight on the river.
He just went with the big lick.
You guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're gonna go on one of those YouTube click holes, try that video next, or maybe this one.